Okay, in this video I'm going to go through the quizzes for 5.6 on relative extrema. So we're talking about absolute max or min and relative max and min. Another word for absolute would be global. Sometimes you'll see absolute max or global max. And then another word for relative is local. So you'll have to get used to both versions of that. So first example on absolute maximum. So if you have a parabola that's opening up, the absolute maximum, the highest possible point this gets to, it keeps going all the way up off the screen into infinity. So the max value is going to be positive infinity. But the minimum, the absolute minimum, the very lowest this gets is going to be the y-coordinate of the vertex. So that's going to be this minus 1.25. Okay, so again, this is just the same example we just did. What's the absolute max? That would be infinity. Okay, now local versus absolute. A local max is the hump in the graph, because the absolute max is way up here, the absolute min is way down here, and so then this little hump is a local min. So it's like we're sort of erasing this, and now pretend like the graph just looked like this. This would be the highest point, and this would be the lowest point if we got rid of all of this. But that's just sort of a visualization technique. We're not actually erasing anything. So this graph has a local max at 2.113. Notice that's the y value. Okay. The maximum height, think of this as max height. The x would just give this negative 1.2. That would just give the left and right value. And we usually think of that as time. Okay, and then the absolute max, like I said, is infinity. Absolute min is negative infinity, because this keeps going. And then the local minimum would be this negative 0.631. Okay. Question 5, what's the y-coordinate of the local maximum? So, y-coordinate of the local max, this is the global max, so local max is right here. What's the y-coordinate there? It's 4, so this option right here. Okay, and then question 6, identify the x-coordinate of the local minimum. So first find the local minimum, which is right here. What's that x-coordinate? It's 2. The y-coordinate would be 0. If I could ask you for that as well. Okay, question 7, identify the y-coordinate of the absolute or global max. So where's the highest this go? It goes all the way up to infinity. So that's what this symbol means. So don't get confused. This would be the local max, local min. This is just the x-intercept. And then the global or absolute minimum would be negative infinity. So just be careful on what you're being asked for. Question 8, what is the x-coordinate of the absolute maximum? So that's going to end up being the vertex of this parabola. X-coordinate would be right here at 3. Okay, number 9, what's the y-coordinate of the absolute minimum? This one's a little bit tricky. You have to recognize that it is a parabola. And remember vertex form. That would tell us that 2 is the x-coordinate of the vertex, and this negative 4 is the y-coordinate. So it's going to be a parabola opening up because this a value is positive. So the absolute minimum is going to be the vertex. It's going to be an ask for the y-coordinate. So negative 4. What is the y-coordinate of the relative maximum? Okay, relative max is right here, and the y-coordinate looks like 3. So some of these can be pretty quick and easy if you know what you're looking for. Number 11, how many relative extrema does it have? So how many local max and min? How many humps does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Okay, how many extrema does this graph have? Again, how many humps? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and how many extrema does this one have? Same question. One local min, another local max, and another local min, so 3. Okay, don't get confused with this. Actually, this would also have 3x intercepts. So even if you were confused, you could get that one right. Okay, that is it for 5.6. Hope that helped.